Yo, what's going on YouTube gang? Rello Mellow Garden coming back at y'all with another video. And today, continuing our how-to series, we're going to be going over trellis netting. So I think there's pretty much, for the most part, two types of trellis nets you're going to find for tent spaces. This is one of them. I don't know what this stringy material is called. And then there's the plastic ones that are generally black, and those come pre-sized for tents. These, you get a whole bunch of it, and they're cheaper. So it's pretty much the same thing, and regardless which trellis nets you get, except for the black ones, you don't have to measure stuff out and cut, which is the next part. First part, get trellis net. Second step, we'll have to spread this out. And again, this is sort of just the way I do it. Alrighty, now y'all can see I kind of got this laid out. And as we come down here, you see how this is all knotted up and tangled right here? This is generally something you want to try to avoid. Pain in the ass to maybe, assuming I even can get this out. It's definitely going to probably be somewhat of a pain in the ass, but it's probably doable, but best to avoid it. But we got plenty of good net up here that's going to work out for us. So multiple ways you could go about this. You could just take all the netting and come find a corner and you kind of bring it in, and you could tie these around the poles of your tent. Or right here, I've got like some garden wires, zip ties would work. And what I'll do is take the garden wire, bring it to where I'm going to want to tie the tent. You'll loop it and loop it through the tent as well and tie it up and stuff. You could also try to measure it before you even take it in the tent and just take measurements and cut it. But you're probably not going to get the most accurate, because you'd have to have it fully extended out on all sides, and you kind of see how every time you pull part of it, another part deforms. So it's a little difficult, but that still gets it done. I've done it both ways, and I think this time I might just go with bringing the whole trellis in. You can obviously also see the one that we've already got set up in here, tied on these 4 poles. All right, now as y'all can see, I have got a corner of the tent, or not the tent, the trellis tied to this garden wire. We will start with the inside or the back end of the tent. I'm gonna go in and kind of tie it in there like I showed y'all. That's one side of it done. Still working in backs over here. Right now, y'all, we can come in here. Y'all see, for the most part, we got this second trellis set up. I'm gonna just take my little fiskars here, and we can just look like we can probably cut along this Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now, come do the same thing around over here. Boom, 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 boom. And here we go. More trellis net left on over for us. Alrighty, y'all, as y'all can see, we got the girls pretty much in a position where I think I'll be good to leave them for now. Everything's sort of pushed down and all that. Now, let's get a little bit more into the practical reasons or purposes of a trellis net. One thing that they can do is, if in flower you get some super heavy ass buds, it can help add stability support to your branches if they start flopping around. Obviously they're gonna sit in these little squares. But to be honest, me personally, heavy branches would be the last reason I would go through the effort of throwing in a trellis net, especially cutting one yourself. I would just stake something in my pot to hold up my branch. What I like about trellis nets more so is, one, it helps your plants grow out more width-wise versus height. And with my tent, this little 2x4 by 5 foot is not that tall, so obviously having less vertical growth is a benefit. In fact, I'm well taller than my plant or my tent, so I like that vertical growth. You can see how wide this plant is. It's over 2 feet wide in any direction. Also, when we're bending down these big main branches, it helps because you see the tops get all bent down like this, so it helps these auxiliaries get more growth hormones so they can become more dominant branches. That's more bud sites, that's higher yields. Another thing, the smaller main branches that we had, like this center one down here a while ago, was like way down there. It's a real small thing. Now here it is coming up to the net. We got plenty of more in here. So yeah, I trellis to prevent running into my lights and to increase the footprint of my plants and get higher yields. And that's about what they're here for. Come in and show y'all again, simple method. You get your corner, loop something through it, tie it around your pole. Corner, something loop through it, tie it around the pole. Corner, something loop through it, tie it around pole. And same deal over here. This one, I just tied the trellis net itself around the pole. Still worked out. This one's set up a little bit better up top. And yeah, that's pretty much the Scrog methoding. These plants are now, I think, 54 days into veg, and they've been rocking through this first trellis netting over here for, I think, around 8-ish days, maybe around a week. And this is the results of it. Once they get too tall to continue to bend through this net, we'll start tucking them through this. And if you enjoyed this video, found it helpful at all, do check out my how-to series where I'm showing things that I've picked up on cannabis growth, some common stuff, some other stuff. And if you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, you'll stay up to date on all the little how-tos I drop, plus my weekly vlog style updates surrounding the plants. And yeah, go ahead and drop us a little like too if you did enjoy the video. Other than that, shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me, and Rello Mellow Garden, I'm out.